Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to WECU 107.5 FM, 1570 on your AM dial. This is Awesome Radio, ladies and gentlemen, and this show is called Let's Talk Real Life with Miss Nada Manning. I'm your co-host, Coach Vernon Garrison, and Miss Nada, the teacher of all teachers, especially today. All right, we hope you're having a great day. Tune in with us on Awesome Radio Facebook, YouTube, the social media channels for GPAT 23 as well are the same social media. Our fingerprint is on YouTube. Our fingerprint is on Facebook as well. And a few others. Like, share, and subscribe. Right now, we're going to get to one of the most powerful topics that we have had in the year 2026. And without further delay, I can't wait. But here is, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Nada Manning.
Good evening. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here as we continue to talk and discuss and share some ideas, and might get a little heated on someone's opinion, between mine and Coach here. We do have different opinions about different things. So we are continuing, though, to talk about living single. Living single. Subtopic today is I'm going to ask Vern his thoughts. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Anyway. So Vern.
Yes.
What is your opinion about singles, about living long-term singles versus short-term singles, the advantages and disadvantages of either? And you speak on the male side, and perhaps I'll speak on the female side. And perhaps you can speak on both sides. You have your opinion on both, and I have my opinion on both.
I can't even go ahead.
But your opinion about the length of time of living single.
Okay.
Length of time, short term versus long term. Your thoughts and your opinion.
Well, I'll give you what I think some of the advantages might be. I was about to go to the Google and about to pull up some stuff, but on some days I'm a little intelligent. One of the advantages of being single is complete control of your time. That is obviously recognizing that someone else is also controlling your time. But the time that you have control of is the time that you can delight in and use the way that you feel you want to. Now, not that you're using it effectively or anything like that. I'm going too deep. But I think you get control, first dibs at your time, being able to go where you want or initiate functions, to go where you desire, not necessarily where you want. But I just can't help it from being analytical about it. But simply your time management is more in your hands than it is when you have a first love associate right under you, that you're also, committed to and allowing them to use you for their leisure as well. So the next one would be probably what you eat, which is possibly not the greatest advantage, but it is opportunity to eat more of the food that you want to eat. So that's a couple right off the top of my head. Is that enough for now, or you want some more?
That you're saying you're saying those two things are two advantages.
Yeah, of being
single.
Yes.
Control of your time and eat what you want to eat.
Yeah, your
when
diet.
You want it, when you want it, how you want it, if you want it.
Almost right. All the time.
Uh-huh.
But
so that's the advantage. Now that could be a male or female.
Oh yeah, definitely. So,
right.
Yeah.
Living single, you have control of your time.
Mm-hmm. I say You have the perception that you got control of your time.
Okay. Well, when you first said complete, I had a little issue with that one
Oh, you did.
because, huh?
I say you did.
Right, complete control
Yeah.
of your time. That
Hmm.
says to me that because one is single, didn't say that they had any responsibility now. Responsibility come with that, whether you're single or not.
Yeah.
So I have to beg to differ a little bit about complete control. I would say
Hmm.
you have more control when you're single, but
Yeah.
not complete control because life is what it is. We talking real life, folks. This is Let's Talk Real Life show. Real
Yeah.
life does not dictate a person to have complete control of their own time, whether they are
Hmm.
single or not. I
Yeah.
don't think there's such thing as complete control. I would say some, maybe most, but not all, because life kicks in and it's going to take up some of your time and make you do things you did not want to do, you did not plan to do, you don't just don't want to do it. But the way it is what it is. Sometimes life make you make some decisions that you really didn't want to make. So that's taking you out of your comfort zone. So controlling your time is suspect.
We know your job got most control of your time anyway. So I got two more for you though. That one,
Oh,
the first one, you definitely got full control of, and that is
what's that?
what side of the bed you sleep on.
Wait a minute. Back up.
That's,
What did you say?
huh?
What did you say a few seconds ago? You have complete control over what?
I'm saying I'm gonna mention two more things that you have complete control over when
Definitely.
you're single. Now, complete. Now, I said complete this time. You heard me
Okay.
correct. Yes.
Okay.
And that number one is what side of the bed you gonna sleep on.
Okay. Complete control.
Yes. Why would you even
Okay.
think twice about what I just said? You're single, right? You can sleep on whatever side bed you want to sleep on,
Okay.
unless you're sleeping with somebody.
We talking single here.
That's what I thought until you started intellectually thinking about what I just said. All right. The other one is you got, okay, what was you about to say before I said the other
Nothing.
one? Okay.
Nothing.
All right. Um, the other one is the clothes that you wear.
Complete control
Yes, of the clothes
of the
that you put on
clothes
when
that
you
you
get up.
wear. Let's see. Now,
If
how
ain't
can I?
nobody, if ain't nobody there when you get up, you got 100% control of your clothing.
Okay. I
No,
also.
she questioning that, y'all. You
No,
also,
look. I'm living single. I'm living proof. Sometimes, even though we choose what we want to put on,
yeah,
complete control of what we wear.
yeah,
Sometimes, again, you might have control of it, maybe when you leave the house,
yeah. Of
maybe.
course, when you put
But,
them on,
but, you might get a phone call,
huh?
okay? Well, might change your dress code,
Well, if
which
you
takes you.
got somebody's dress code and you going to work, that's not relevant to the conversation. You got to put
Yes,
that on.
yes, it is. You said complete control of what
Well,
you wear.
yeah, you control the fact that you had to put on a uniform to go to work because you're a nurse or you're a police officer. So of
That's
course,
different. That's different.
yeah, right. That's different.
So you
But
say I say it depends. If you're a police officer, you're a regular
mhm,
uniformed individual, then it's
yeah,
no question. You don't have you got to wear what you got to wear. So
yeah.
is that complete control or is that your job controlling?
No, that's still complete control because you're managing the aspects of your dress until you get ready to go to work. Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to, now, sure, if you didn't wear the uniform to work, there would be issues. But I still say, for the most part, you are in control of that. even that has to be controlled. You're still in control of that. There's the T-shirt right there. Now, if your job was telling you you got to put that uniform on Monday through Sunday, then that's that's crazy. But you can wear what you want to wear as long as you're not going to work. And if you're going to work, you got to choose to put the uniform on.
So is that still complete?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
being
so.
technical here. I'm being
Yeah, yeah,
technical.
you done took that into, but this is dead right here because everybody knows you got to put a uniform on. So
Okay.
if you want to
Okay.
shave a point off of what I said because of a uniform, then great. All those who don't have to wear uniforms have complete control of what they want to wear. How about that? Does that satisfy you? I mean,
It's,
we've been going on this point 2 minutes already, so you satisfied now?
it is what it is. You know
That's
what?
right.
I'm
Yes.
just gonna I just want to point out this completeness that you keep talking about.
Yeah.
Complete control. Complete. Okay. So now that we have addressed the food, the clothing, and how about what we say? How about our conversation?
Do we have complete control of what we say? The answer is yes. And do you want to say what everything that's on your mind? Absolutely not. But we're supposed to have freedom of speech in this country, so you know.
As single individuals, even if we're not single, but we're talking
Yeah.
specifically about singles and conversation,
Uh-huh.
we are in complete control of how we say what we say.
Yeah.
Sometimes what we say, we
Mm-hmm.
lose control of
Yeah.
because huh?
I'm
Our
listening.
mind, our mind might be wanting and earning to say one thing and something else come out of our mouth.
Yeah.
So that goes with actions per se, how we respond. Are we
Well,
in complete are we in complete control of our response when we're as singles?
mm,
We have to be very, very careful how we say what we say.
mm-hmm.
If you have say one is single and one is married,
Mm-hmm.
and the single they're interested in each other. That single individual, well, both people are responsible for what they say and do, but that single individual, if they knowingly step into a situation with a married individual, then whatever they say or do, I think is on them. Mm, it can be on the other individual depending on how they read it, how they accept it or not. They can
But you
be
went
rejected.
but you went into the opportunity to say what you want to say, into the morality, the value of what you say and when you say it. Then you can't go into a movie theater and shout fire. Okay? You can't do that. But you can actually go do that. So you're in control of what you're saying. Now you're going into if you say it under what circumstances. Yeah, of course
Right.
you shouldn't say certain things, but your mouth can talk while you sleep. Ta-da. Yeah.
Are you in control when you sleep?
Now I'm saying other mental health factors come in, but when you're in your right mind, you still control your mental health factors. If
When you're asleep,
yes,
you're in, you're still in control.
yes, because if you got things going on in your life, well, see now you're going back and forth between control and the content of what you're saying and when you say it. I
No.
said you got control of what you're saying. But when your mind, the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. If you live in a lifestyle of, you know, how should I say it without making people that's living that lifestyle feel bad? If you're living a wild lifestyle, then yeah, your body and your mind is going to reflect that. So you lie to be talking about foolishness when you're talking in your sleep. You got PTSD or you got some dreams, you got things that inadvertently happen to you. Trauma in your life can change your life. So that's still your life in the way that you're living it. So yeah,
Okay, let's go back to the advantages of longevity of being single.
there we go. It's not longevity. Married people live longer than single people.
You know that for a fact.
Yes, why would I say it? I done looked that up so many
I
times.
I beg to differ.
Well, you have to say the research is wrong. But
Okay.
if the research mortality rates, but let's dive into that then. Let's slow it down right here. Having a great conversation. Why in the world would married people live longer than people who are not? One of the top reasons is people who are not married live more risque lives. People who are not married take risks that married people don't. You might go try to climb a mountain, or you might do something weird. You might stay out all night more than people who are married. And you know, all right off Jump Street, like they used to say in the 80s, people that are married, they ain't holler out there all night long. Not probably like they want to be or used to be, how folks might say it. But yeah, the diet as well. You're used to eating, you live in a more consistent lifestyle when you're married. Then you think you ain't got the freedom. You can't get up and go out there and act foolish like you want to. But the advantage is you're sitting there on a nice, intimate lover, propped
Maybe.
up. Doing, I'm just being positive. Don't be negative, Nancy. If you're sitting there, I'm talking about living long life because you love your wife and your wife loves you. So you sitting there propped up during the storm and somebody's holding you and you're feeling secure and that dopamine is running through your veins or your brain rather, and life is lovely at that moment. Not lovely when y'all arguing and fussing and fighting, but there's life in that union. But when you're single, uh, singleness don't add up to what you think it is. Because yeah, you can go places and but you can also not do things. Our life might not be as exciting as a couple is that's living for each other. So I'd have to go in deep and do more research and to see more about why they live longer. Married men live longer than single men. But I'm sure it's because most of those folks love each other. We talk, I know I badmouth a lot of stuff, but I'm sure if that's the case, then married people live longer because there are some people that don't go to bed angry with they lover, wife, husband. So, but that's what I say about the mortality rate of being single. Now, sure, we could go to the gym more. I can hit this button right now and I can head on down to the planet Pluto and work out. And maybe I
Okay.
can increase my life by being more shape than I would if I was eating fat back, collard greens, and pig feet from that meal every Sunday.
I think the key word in both situations,
Yeah.
all situations, is peace. Peace.
Woo-hoo. Tell
Peace
me
will make
something
or break
good.
any type of relationship. It
Yeah.
does not matter if you're single or married.
Well,
If
it
you're not
does.
living at peace, then it's a mute point because peace is everything.
Yeah. And now, I say that peace is good when you're single and you leverage it against the trauma that you had from when things weren't peaceful if you came out of a broken relationship. Now you have a value added to that loneliness, or you can translate that you being by yourself to, man, I'm glad I'm not doing what we used to do. I can turn the light out in this room, you know, and I could just sit here and just meditate and pray, you know, and be thankful that, I'm alive and all of these things. In the absence of somebody under my arms, I don't feel that draft. I don't feel that something's missing if I really wanted that. I realized what was there, and I've been there because I was married 30 years. So it's all about your mindset and how you see being alone and being single. Um, I know some single people, they want to get married so bad. Oh my God. Being in a room with the light out, saying, "Thank you, Lord, for blessings, and I'm so grateful," that's not helping them. Them jokers need a man. Them men need a woman. And I know a few of them. So, and they want a wife and they want a husband. Okay. Peace, like what I'm talking about, or the ability to go wherever you want to go, that don't mean the same thing to them.
To everybody.
To everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So having not having a curfew to come home, you know, I don't have one. I come home when I need to. But I've always been the same way. I come home when I need to, even when I was married. I came home when I need to, and usually that was early. And usually, if I could, usually I'll be in the bed by 9 o'clock. Or we'd be in the bed by 9 o'clock if I can make that arrangements. So it's relevant to your lifestyle. Peace on both sides of the fence, though, is good. Some people want stuff to worry about, though. They don't want no peace. They just, as soon as they get something done, well, what about this? What about that? Enjoy the thunder and lightning and the rain that's hitting the roof. Like my grandma used to say, get somewhere to sit down and be quiet. Let the Lord do his work. You heard that before, ain't you?
I have many times. But like I said, I'm not knocking anything that you said. Everybody's piece is different. Some people
Mhm.
want uh more peace than others. Some people, like you say, don't want peace. They just live off being in chaos all the time. Life is not sweet unless there's something going on, disturbing and disrupting. That's the
Man,
way.
I got a
Go ahead.
bone to pick with them people. You got drama going on every single time. Why are you spreading it to everybody every single time? We talked about that last show. That's just, you can tell that some people don't value peace. They feel like they've fallen in a hole every time it's quiet. And, I can understand that. I'm not, being a perfectionist here. I can understand that when it's quiet, then that's the loudest noise that you'll ever hear. I get it. When you lost someone, people who lost a loved one, people who got a lot of issues, and every time they're quiet, those issues are haunting. So I get it. I really do get it. I'm just saying, if you're using people for a platform, just be careful because you can burn them out.
Is that just for living for single people or for anybody?
That's for anybody, but mainly single people. You know, like cat people, cat ladies. You know, they say
Okay.
that once you get a certain age, when you get around your 60s, you ought to be single anyway. I still ain't finished researching that part yet. Yeah.
Wow. when you get around 60 and up, you ought to be single.
Yeah, there's a lot of pros that they say. Because see, people can come into your life and wreck the one thing that you've built. It could be a financial uh, value that you've established for yourself, your house, your home, your cars. It could be that feeling of accomplishment, that peace that you have to bring you back to everyday living and everyday crisis from other people that won't let you enjoy your silver years. So I'm thinking that's what they're talking about. I'm thinking they're not saying, you need to get rid of your people because you're going to live longer. But if you're single now and you're not ready to mingle, then I think it's okay. I'm not 60 years old yet, so I can't speak from experience. But I am almost 60 years old. So I do know that I can enjoy friends just like not like a wife, but I can enjoy the feminine energy with you the same way as I can, and it's permissible to enjoy. As if I had a real close partner. The Bible says no greater love than a man lay down his life for his friend. So if I'm around people that's ride or die for me, I feel that comfort.
You
And
know some people like that?
yeah, I know some people that are on my side.
They'll
I
ride
know
or
some.
die.
Yeah, whatever ride or die means. I mean, you're gonna ride and we're gonna go till the wheels fall off.
Oh,
So
that must be nice to have friends like that, huh?
yeah, and I'm sure
Do
you
people
got
talk?
some. You just
Huh?
don't. I said I'm sure you got some. You just don't believe it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have a demonstration. You got somebody got to demonstrate that faith to you because you need a husband that
Oh,
you'll make that joke about flowers every 2 days. I
oh,
don't think you'll ride or die for me, baby. You think
wow.
you down with me? You need to go get me some flowers. I want
Oh,
red, yellow, wildflowers on Thursday. I want a rose on Friday. I bet you a dude got to tell you he love you like 20 times a day. So you gonna be like, "Do you love me?" So
anyway,
that's what
we,
makes life better when you got somebody. But when you don't, and you came out of trauma, like I have, dysfunctional family, successful marriage that turned at the end to be, in a crisis mode, tried to save it several times, it just didn't work. So that's where that adds value to your ladder, to that statement.
we're going to talk about the circle of friends as singles.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the and I want to personally address um, the circle of friends, which is very small, and I would say that that would be applicable to men and women.
Yeah.
And I can speak on the female, on the woman's side, because as everyone know, we women, most of us, not all of us, let me fix that. Many of us, now I won't even say most, but many of us
Mm,
love, we love to talk.
yeah.
Many of us have a gift to gab.
Why is that?
I think that it's our nature as women. I was at the doctor's office a couple of days last week,
Mm,
and the wait time was extremely long. And it appears that everyone else was being called on except me and a couple and one lady that came in.
Mm-hmm.
We look around in the waiting room and it's like, okay, how come we not being called? We waited a good hour and some minutes.
Whew.
So I approached the couple
Mm-hmm.
and we got to talking about the wait time. And I asked them, I said, so how long have you been waiting? I know they were there before I got there. So we were
Right.
like 5 or 10 minutes apart. You said, why is that? My point of bringing that up is we women, it was 3 women and 1 man. The man
Yeah.
was the husband of one of the women.
Uh-huh.
So I approached them and began to talk about the wait time.
Yeah.
Me and the wife was talking, we were sharing, we were, chit-chatting, blah, 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 about the wait time and so forth and so on. And the husband was just sitting there not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
Then I looked over to the third lady or the second lady, we there were 3 of us, and she chimed in and she said her opinion about it. So we got to chit-chatting about. Husband hadn't said anything. So I guess about 5 or 6 minutes into the conversation,
Mm-hmm.
I asked him, I said, so you don't have anything to say about this wait time? This is your wife and so forth. He said, no. I said, you just let us women talk, huh? He said,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you guys do better at that. Why did I bring that up? Because
Mm-hmm.
we are talking about how we, in our little circle as women, we have, I guess men have circles too. Well, I know they do. But I don't know what it's called when the women get together because I'm not in that type of social circle.
Cackling. Cackling.
Cackling.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not called cackling.
It
It's a
is.
social circle that women have.
It's what they do when they get in that circle. Cackle,
Well,
cackle.
yeah,
Men do this. Cackle,
I,
cackle. Cackle,
yeah,
cackle, cackle.
I
I,
suppose so.
I didn't make
But
that up. Somebody else told me about the cackle, cackle.
we women, then I'm losing my train of thought now. You throwing me off.
Sorry.
We were talking about circle of friends.
Yeah.
Women, I think, have a tendency to get together, and I'm only speaking as a one more frequently than men. I
Mm.
guess men get their own little circle going on, their buddies and what have you. But I think if you want to compare oranges with apples, it's all fruit,
Yeah.
but it's a situation where okay, we women can be the oranges and the men can be the apples. Why is that? Because we women are softer. An orange is softer than an apple.
Ha
They're
ha
both good fruit.
ha. I like that.
They're both good fruit. They both taste good. They all both have their nutritional value.
Yeah.
But when you get a fruit basket,
Yeah.
you're going to have an orange and an apple in it of some kind. Now,
Yeah.
oranges only come in one flavor, and that's orange. Apples come in various flavors. You have green ones, yellow ones, and red ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the men's side. So
Uh-huh.
putting that fruit together, you have one, maybe 2 or 3 pieces of apples in there, and one orange, or 2, 3 oranges. But orange is orange. So the woman is a woman. No
Mm-hmm.
one can match the woman. Nobody can match an orange. So
Mm-hmm.
they're in the basket together, small basket. It could be, I don't know, 4 or 5 pieces of fruit. One of those apples are going to spoil eventually.
Yeah.
When that apple spoils, if it stays in that circle of apples long enough, it's going to affect the other apples.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with that orange. If the orange stay in there long enough, it's going to spoil.
Mm-hmm.
So that my whole point is when you have a circle, small circle of friends, like this fruit I'm describing, you
Mm-hmm.
could have some grapes in there. I don't know. Different people have different tastes. Eventually, if that fruit stick together long enough, it's going to affect the other.
Mm-hmm.
How is that going to affect a human being, a woman and a man and her friends or his friends? They say that birds flock together, stay together. Birds
Mm-hmm.
that flock together stay together.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that varies because it depends on the individuals. It depends on the individuals in that how their personality is, how their chemistry is. It could be two men with three or four women in there, or vice versa. How is that going? It's still a circle. It's a small circle. Sometimes, and I'm guilty. I don't want to say guilt, but I have that frame of mind, and I've said it before many times, a few years back on the show. I get along better with men than I do women. I don't know why that is, but
Cause
I'd
y'all
rather.
catty. Y'all all the time comparing each other. Men do the same thing, but I just think that's one of the reasons. Y'all territorial like that.
And because we're territorial, that means what?
When you're around women, you want to compare yourself so
Oh,
much, and
oh,
you want to
okay,
see what the other woman is doing, and you
okay,
want to just get in the light. You want to get in the skin of the other woman, especially if you like her. I seen
okay.
that junk happen before, and it's a reptilian like, man. It's like you wanna shape shift, and I've seen two women seem like they want to be each other.
Each other, each other.
That that's some spooky stuff, and it's
It,
really something serious.
it's
So
suspect.
you
But
have to watch your family, watch your wife when you go off to events, when you
yeah,
take her over to somebody's house, and
yeah,
y'all, the man is talking to the other man, and the woman's talking to the other woman. You want to make sure that you listen in, that they don't subliminally start to compare everything.
right.
And it seems like harmony, but no, they gonna want to be each other. Oh, girl, I was gonna do that too. Oh, I do
Yeah.
that. Oh, you do that too.
And sometimes that can be annoying. It depends on the
Annoying.
person.
I can't stand to listen to that on the phone. I
It's
can't do it.
sometimes it can be. You're right. It does happen.
Yeah,
And believe it or not, the other woman, one of the two women that's comparing, one
yeah.
of those women, many times really don't appreciate all of that comparing.
See, and it's going along with it.
Eventually, that one that don't appreciate it will say something or just step away from the circle.
Yeah.
If you step away from the circle and you see that it's becoming an issue, personalities clashing, uh, the other person don't mean well, but living single, you find yourself in situations similar to that. And you don't even have to be single for that to happen, though. But we're talking
Mhm.
about living single. Living single, short term or long term.
That's why.
The, the longer you're in it, the longer you're in that singleness, though, one can say, do you really get comfortable in that single lifestyle? I say it depends. I know one thing it does is well, I can speak for me. It strengthens me in areas that I normally would not have been strong in years back. So being single as long as I have given me some strength and wisdom that I never knew I would have. I don't know. I can't know now if I've been this strong in things that I say and do. If I was married, I don't know, and I guess I won't know because that's time past now. I don't know what it would have been like. But living single has, to me, has many not disadvantages, many advantages, and there are some disadvantages. The disadvantage depends on the individual. The disadvantage is being single, you don't have that significant other. You don't have that permanent person that can be with you all the time or many times. It forces you in strength because then you're forced to make decisions and do things on your own. You learn to think for yourself. And after so many years of doing that, you accomplish things that you never thought you would accomplish by yourself. Is that good or bad? I say it depends on what it is. It has its
Now,
advantages. Sometimes, if you're single a long time and you go into a relationship with someone, that person can see your strength, hopefully, see your strength, and hopefully admire it. But it can get to the point where it can be annoying to the individual because as a single person, you can You can always be wanting to do stuff yourself. You don't ever want any help. You don't want to ever ask anybody for anything. No, that's not me, because I have come to realize that I cannot do everything by myself. I cannot think of everything. And yes, like anyone else, single or married, you what my grandparents used to call headstrong. You're so headstrong on and being determined that you're going to do it yourself until you just spite yourself. What's that word? That spite something to spite your face.
Cut off your nose.
Right. Cut off your nose and spite your face. So there's a disadvantage there of being single. But after you've been into it for a long time, does one ever accept the fact that they're going to be single forever? I don't think so. I have not accepted that fact. I don't believe that to be the case. I believe that every individual we are designed by God, and He has a plan for each one of us. And it's up to us how we live our life as singles so that He can determine what He already knows anyway. He can determine where we're going to go next, or who we're going to be with next, or if we're going to be with anybody next.
Why are you single?
Huh?
Why are you single?
Why am I single? How much time we got? 9 minutes. Why am I single?
In 2 minutes.
I am single because I believe that's the way the Lord have designed it to be. It's not because I haven't been out there. I limit my small circle. I'm not out there in this great big limelight, if you want to call that being open to everybody. No, if that's an issue for me, then that's one reason why I'm single, because I'm not out there like that. I believe I'm single because the average man that might have an interest in me really don't know how to handle me, because of my well, before I even speak, all they see is a person. All they see is a body. I haven't opened my mouth, but I was told just a few days ago that I walk around sometime. I was at a wedding, as a matter of fact. I was at this wedding, and I was approached by someone, and they said, are you in charge of anything? I was standing because of my physical ability to sit too long. I cannot sit very long. So I got up and I started walking around, and I was smiling and just being me. So it's the appearance of being in control or controlling. That could be one of the reasons why I'm still single. That's not intentional. That's just
your statue was
it's my stat.
authoritative.
Huh?
I
Huh?
said, to that person looking at you, your statue was authoritative.
Right.
So
Right.
not authoritative in a negative way. It just showed
Right.
leadership. It showed
Right.
leadership to him, and the way you were scanning the room. It showed like this person is a leader. This
Right.
person is in administration.
Right. And I believe that's one of the reasons. And I've been this statue ever since I've been grown. So I believe that's one of the reasons, to answer your question, why I am still single. Now, I
Okay.
haven't opened my mouth. All I'm doing is walking around being me. And then when I start talking, oh, that's a whole different story. Because now I'm showing my intelligence, or the lack thereof. Because I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal. Don't want to do that. But when I start talking, as you all can hear me on the air, I have that voice. And that comes from training.
That school
That comes
teacher.
from working. Huh?
That school teacher. A professional. I say that school teacher, where your homework at? I
Yeah. So
don't know.
you asked me why I'm still single, and that's two reasons right there. And it's not something that I have practiced, not something that was intentional. It just is what it is. And I think that most men don't know how to handle it. When I said that, that's what I meant. There are some men out there that just don't know how to take. I don't want to say handle. That might have been a little
No,
selfish.
you said it the right way. Because look, you said it the right way. Even though there's other translations of that same thing. Um, when you're young, you got a lot of energy to go through these battles with your significant other or your wife. And eventually, if y'all come out of the 5, 10, 15 years, then you'll have some peace and harmony, especially doing, you'll have a lull. Um, some people, you know, don't lose a lot as they grow
Right.
and accomplish things as a couple, and then some people do. So
Right.
some people can't stand it going through these tough times and cold winters and hot summers.
Right.
So eventually they divorce. So symbolically, cold winters and hot summers are extreme times in your life. A person might lose a job or get sick, or those ebbs and flows. You
Right.
you on the other hand, man, if I was uh, had all the spunk I had when I was 21, I'd say sit your hind part down. You ain't scaring nobody. Talking all that yang yang. That's how the
If
old man
if
would say.
if you were
Talking all that
21,
yang yang.
if you were 21, you'd be too young to even acknowledge such skill.
Nowadays, 21 is more like 16. No
Yeah.
disrespect, but yeah, 21 is not the same 21 that I had.
Right.
21 was you a grown man pretty much. You got to find your way.
Right.
18 was 18 now. 18 was a real 18 now. Seen a couple of things when you get 18, you graduated and and
Right.
blah blah blah. So you were smart enough to make a decision to go in the military because you kind of sort of had a support system around you that helped you make that decision. But anyways, back to you being married. Thank you. You said that. You told everybody, and oh, you can be handled.
But yeah, I'm sure. I believe that. Uh, I, evidently that person has not arrived yet,
Yeah,
so I'm still single. And when that person arrives, then I'm sure I will know.
you'll be just as soft. You can be soft for your man.
Probably,
Oh,
probably, probably. We'll see.
yeah.
But but but
That's right.
but yeah, we'll see. But anyway, the getting back to the singleness here.
Yeah.
Um, we were talking about the long-term singleness versus the short-term, the advantages and disadvantages. Um, I certainly can attest to the fact because I have been single a long time. There are
Mm,
many advantages of being single. And the obvious is not having a significant other. So that would one say that's a disadvantage? I would say yes, because I believe that God put all of us here on earth to have a significant other. And we were not meant to spend time alone any long length of time. Some people are out there alone longer than others. There are some
mm-hmm.
women I know, they go through husbands like, I don't know, every couple of years. And,
Mm,
and it makes you wonder, how in the world do you do that? What am I
mm,
missing? How you do that? And it's been these many years for me, and here you are in 5 years, you done had two husbands already. What? What are you doing? I don't know. What I'm saying, I'm saying I don't know. They don't answer me. They just, you know, they can't really answer it. They just, I said, well, I guess you just have it like that. Then I guess that maybe that's what it is. Maybe I don't have it like that. So whatever it is that you have, do I really want it? I don't think so because I don't want to go through husbands like that. I don't care to go that route. One that I have, I want to keep. Um, I've been married one time, and I am 74 years old. And yes, one time he has passed away, and I have not remarried. I don't know why, except like I just told you a few minutes ago, those couple of reasons um, that are pretty much out of my control. I have learned, and I tell all other women that I run into from time to time, whenever I get a chance and opportunity, uh,
mm,
be yourself, be as ladylike as you possibly can. Do not step down from what you believe, if any way possible.
mm-hmm.
because I believe that a man will respect you more if you be
Mhm.
honest up front and not let him use you. Do
Mm.
not do that. And maybe that's the third reason why I'm still single, because I'll go along for a minute, and then after a while, the light comes on and says, now look, now wait a minute, what in the world is going on? And then I'll begin to step back. So I'm
Mm.
still single. Does that mean
Yeah.
I'm inhuman? No, I still have feelings just like everybody else,
Right,
but it
right.
only goes so far. And if the man
Mm-mm.
don't appreciate it, then that's his loss. It's his loss.
Tell them now.
So long-term singleness, the disadvantages and the advantages. We are running out of time. This is certainly a topic that I do care to continue uh, as it run into other subtopics of this single life. Living single is a long topic, and we're trying to make it as interesting as possible, throwing in some stuff, asking personal questions, but that's life. It's okay. What we have to do is be open, both Vern and I. We have to be open when we are asked these questions and not make anything up because it's supposed to be real life. And anybody can probably see through us and hear what we're saying and believe and say, no, I don't believe that. No, that's no. We, anyway, we have come to the end of the show. And I want to thank you all once again for listening to us as we talk about these advantages and disadvantages of living single. Living single is a long topic, and I hope that you all are following us with interest. And we look forward to talking to you again next week. Until then, you have a blessed week. Thank you, Lord, for this time as we continue on with this subject of living single. We all have this lifestyle, Lord, for a reason that only you know about. We have to keep you first and foremost in it, Lord, to keep it going well. In Jesus' name, as we talk, amen. Thank you, Lord.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, WECU 107.5 on your FM dial, 1570 on your AM dial. This has been a broadcast from Awesome Radio. See you guys on the next show. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys to life. Signing off until next